Turkey, 1.1 million. Germany, 98,700. Australia, 12,000. Our Canadian neighbors, 10,000. The US, 1,500. And that's since 2011. This is the amount of Syrian refugees each country has taken. France has taken in 6,700, and even after the Paris attacks, France has said they will take in 30,000 refugees over the next 2 years. Meanwhile, more than half of the United States has refused to take in any refugees. President Obama announced that the U.S. will take in 10,000, but at the rate the U.S. has been going, it will take at least 4.5 years to even reach that amount. This is Jonte Diaz. I spoke with 2 SoCal natives and a Frenchman who's been studying abroad in Cal State Long Beach to see their thoughts on anti-immigration and the lack of the U.S. taking in Syrian refugees.
Both sides of my family have faced a lot of repression in the past. On one side, Japanese. Mm-hmm. My grandparents were both in internment camps. And on the other side, my grandma, who is Jewish, through the Holocaust, well, not really went through it, but, it's a part of our past. So I'm really sympathetic towards immigrants coming into the country, I guess. I know, the main concern is, security, safety, but, the way that we take people into the country now, there's so many screenings and so many background checks that, it's pretty impossible for you to, have something planned out, come in and be a terrorist and, wreak havoc in the country. The chances of that happening are so slim.
That's what the studies have shown, that in comparison to the white Christians mm-hmm. and the refugees that have lived here that we have been taking and helping, they haven't really done anything.
Right. And, most of the people that we take anyway are women and children.
Yeah.
Which have no connection to any terrorist plots or anything like that. And even, the men who do get in, whatever, the threats, the age and all the people who fit the qualifications to be, a threat to the country, they don't know where they're going in the country. They don't know, what's going to happen, what kind of conditions they're going to end up living in. So, for them to have, this specific plan and to communicate with whatever country they're coming from and, coordinate some sort of terrorist attack, I feel like it's really far-fetched and it's not a real threat.
Yeah, do you feel us being so far from Syria and the refugees where Americans are ignorant to the issues that are happening there?
Yeah, Trump's whole thing is, get rid of all the Muslims. Anyone who's Muslim, get rid of them and don't let any more come in. But it really has nothing to do with being Muslim. You can't put this whole issue on one religion just because of, there are some outliers, Mm-hmm. That's how the Holocaust started. Exactly how the Holocaust started, and it's happening right before our eyes now. And people are not realizing that.
People are supporting it.
Yeah.
People are saying go back to your country, but America's a country built of immigrants.
Yeah, and people are forgetting that.
No one, unless you're Native American, this is not your country.
Exactly. There's no such thing as a purebred American.
Yeah.
But those are, people that think they are purebred Americans, those are the people who are trying to keep Muslims out and or supporting Trump and everything. But, at one point, they came here too. Their ancestors came here too, so it's the same thing. A lot of those refugees, it's life or death for them. It's either we take them in or, who knows what's going to happen, So we don't want to risk being a little bit uncomfortable, being a little bit, having not even a real chance of something happening here. We're not willing to risk that to, save lives, thousands of lives of innocent people, children.
We've taken the...
I think it's our moral responsibility to help these people out.
It's crazy to think that how far removed that people think that, they are themselves immigrants. You know what I mean? Their family history. Come on. Most people, come from Europe. It should just be about humanity. We're talking about other human beings with children. I have nowhere else to go. They're trying to flee from a place that's, I mean, even during
Everyone
World War
does-
II, we turned our back against what was going on.
Everyone does
We
that.
acted like we didn't know what was going on until they came across like these concentration camps.
A lot of the states said they won't take refugees. Meanwhile, especially after the attacks of Paris, but Paris will still take more than America, despite that.
I mean, that part was funny because in France, that was some French who did the attack in France. So, like today in today in Brussels, that's some guy from Belgium who did that. So you can stop you can stop the people who are coming in the country, but the people who are making the attack are from the country. So we should all help Turkey to rescue them, like to give them a lot of money to create some safe place and resolve the problem in Syria, in the country. We just welcome everybody, but we don't even go get them. We say, oh yeah, you can come, but we don't even go get them. They have to cross the sea. Half of them are dying in the sea, but we say, oh, you can come. So that's the problem. I think we have to, if we really want to rescue them, we have to open the Turkish border for the refugee and rescue them there.
Despite a person's background, we have a half Japanese, half Jewish, we have an Italian, we have a French. They all feel like we should help the refugees. So why isn't America doing more to help?